Welcome to the podcast store. I hope you have a magical day. Oh no, I think that one failed. I think that was a failure.
I mean, if that's what you came up with, then we have to commit to it.
I literally just looked before the episode started, everyone, I was skimming through Disney songs trying to find one that related to like stores or money. I was going to do Mine, Mine, Mine from Pocahontas, but I thought that was a little too obtuse. So I'm like, you know what? Forget it. Doing a different thing.
Wait, you couldn't find a money song?
I mean, I didn't see one when I skimmed for like 2 seconds.
There's gotta be something really obvious. No.
It would have to be like a villain song.
I guess, yeah.
Like Aladdin doesn't really have one, even though his whole thing is like he wants riches to like impress someone.
Right.
Hercules has that one line where it's like, appearance fees and royalties
are her
cash to burn.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have done that. Son of a...
Well, here we are. It's
too late. I'm
Okay.
not re-recording this. Welcome to the Disney Desk, everyone. I'm Carter.
And I'm Sydney.
And we are back after a quick break.
We needed...
Yeah, we needed...
hibernation, so to speak.
Yes. Basically, every episode we were doing was like an hour long and about a specific movie, and that was just exhausting.
We decided those are bad. Those are bad
Yeah.
ideas, and we shouldn't do anymore.
Yes. Until Dumbo comes out.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later, so...
Yeah. So basically, we got through the big wintertime rut of movies. So now we're going to go back to kind of what we like, which is more focused experiences, like quicker 15-minute episodes about specific topics.
Right.
And this first one comes to us courtesy of Sydney, something she's been wanting to talk about for a while, about the Disney Store.
Right. This idea probably came to me because I spend a lot of time in the Disney Store. I think every time I want to go to the mall, I want to go into the Disney Store.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's my responsibility to. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've just got to stay
researched. It's the sword we've taken upon ourselves.
Yeah, I have to know what they are trying to sell. And as of maybe the last couple of years, maybe like the last 2 or 3 years, their merchandising direction has really, really changed. And the biggest thing that we've noticed is that their merchandise is getting really, really, really niche and very, very specific. And they are putting out these products with these very obscure characters and these very obscure references from these movies that really cater to people who are like super, super fans.
Yeah, deep cuts basically.
They're
going real deep cuts.
And turn them into like a stuffed animal or like on a t-shirt or on a mug or a notebook or anything. There's a lot of really deep references that they're turning into merchandise, and so we're going to talk about why that might be and who they think their audience is and why they are going in this direction with their products.
We went in the other day, and they still have the usuals. They still have your Eeyores and your Woodies and
everything.
Your
you have
princesses.
a Pooh, you have a Mickey, you have a Minnie.
Yeah, you have the usuals. But then the way our Disney Store's designed is there's just a huge, big old tank of plushies.
Right.
Just
yeah.
carefully
it's like
organized.
A pyramid.
Yeah.
Of plushies that has every character, and it's like, okay, there's Stitch, there's Goofy, there's Pluto, there's what's his face, Donald. I couldn't remember his name. And then we see Nana.
Yeah.
Nana, like the big Saint Bernard from Peter Pan.
I'm gonna be honest, like I forgot who Nana was, so you had to tell me what the animal is before I could remember.
But like, so here's why this is effective, because like there was a period in my childhood where I wanted to watch Peter Pan every single day, and I did like watch Peter Pan every single day, and I saw this Nana toy from like 10 feet away and knew exactly who that was. Like that excited me, you know what I mean? So that, I guess this is who they're trying to appeal to, and it's working.
There's also, like, another one was the owl from Sleeping Beauty, of all things.
Oh.
But the owl with, like, the little red cap and the cloak. So when she's dancing and pretending, like, I'm going to have a prince.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
That's really specific, yeah.
And they have to do the cloak, because if you just did an owl, no one would identify it.
That's a few different movies. Like,
yeah, there's like 100 Disney owls. that's a level of deep cut that's insane. And I know Sleeping Beauty is like a big, like iconic movie,
Mm-hmm.
but who goes, one, I want something from Sleeping Beauty, which famously is kind of in a weird spot in terms of Disney princess movies where it
Yeah,
feels like
it
it gets
is.
forgotten a lot,
It
even
does,
though
yeah.
it's like, if you say it, you instantly have images.
Right, it's very iconic anyway.
And two, like, I don't want Aurora or her prince or Maleficent, who's become the main character anyone remembers from that movie,
Mm-hmm.
or the three fairies, or Maleficent as a dragon, or Maleficent's crow, or the hundreds of goblin characters that no one remembers were in that movie for some reason.
Uh-huh.
No, no, no. I want this one.
Give me this
owl.
owl dressed
Bring me the owl.
as a prince.
There's like Pete's dragon, not the current
Yeah.
one, like the original
No, the
design with the little
original.
pink tuft of hair.
Yeah.
Um,
We saw this little ceramic figurine of Miko and the little pug from
from Pocahontas,
Pocahontas, like in a bathtub, like
Yes.
that scene where they were like
eating the cherries.
bathing,
Recreating
in that bubble bath
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
recreating
we were
that
like,
famous
what?
moment in American history.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
where the natives
Where
stole the Englishman's cherries.
Exactly.
Like, it's not just characters, because it's like, I get it, you want to have every character, but it's specifically harkening back to specific moments and specific scenes in movies.
Right, and remember what I showed you, the Ratatouille merch?
Yeah.
There's like this new Ratatouille merch with this, it's a regular notebook, but the cover is the cookbook from like the chef.
Yeah,
that
Gaston's
Remy-
Anyone Can Cook.
Anyone can cook, and it looks like a cookbook. I mean, it's just a lined
Or
notebook
Gustav,
on the end.
not Gaston.
Gustav, is that his name?
Yes.
But
I
it's
should
just a
know that.
regular lined notebook in the inside, but it looks like a cookbook, and I'm like, this is very specific. And like, you've got to be a real Ratatouille fan to like even see what this is and to recognize this guy.
And on one hand, I guess the selling point for having a Disney specific store is you can get more
Weird
obscure
stuff. Yeah.
Like, one of the reasons why I love the Nintendo New York store so much is that's where you get your deep cut Pokemon. That's where you can get like plushies of all the starters. Most stores will just have Pikachu,
Mm-hmm.
but I can get Ditto. I can get Ditto disguised as other Pokemon with a weird face.
Uh-huh.
So in reality, they're just
That's true.
they've just transitioned the Disney store from being, hey, it's Disney, to being that more like specialty store for the the dedicated
Right.
fans.
Yeah.
Like, you would expect that in like the New York Disney World store, which is
Yeah.
like this sprawling mecca, and it has like castles in it and stuff.
That's true.
But
But maybe
not like a
we've-
local one.
I'm just considered this now. Like, maybe there is pressure on our Disney store to compete with the local theme park.
What
Do you know
mean?
what I mean? Like, maybe our store is a little more specialized. And I mean, I haven't been to that many Disney stores around the world, but I mean, our mall is local to Sesame Place, which is extremely popular,
Yes,
which is like
yeah.
our equivalent to Disney World, so to speak, or Disneyland, I guess. Much smaller scale, and it is Sesame stuff, not
Yeah.
Disney. But maybe it is more specialized in like design, or like maybe they would put all of their more specialized item there because they know that Sesame customers are coming to the mall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
they've
I
gotta
can see that.
compete that way.
Because it's basically the same logic of like, well, when you're in Disney World, the stores have all the crazy
cool
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the
Mhm.
pins you can't get
Yeah.
anywhere else. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And to sort of re-emphasize, I guess the point of this topic isn't just like, hey, the Disney store isn't that crazy. It's that we've seen a slow transition of, even when we were kids,
Yeah.
when it would just be shirts of the main characters or whatever the
Yeah.
current movie they're selling is,
Exactly.
where- and like to now where it's like you can get ornaments, you can get pins
Of everybody, ornaments of
Yeah.
everybody.
yeah, you can get little minifigures of all of the princesses as babies.
All the princesses in like their working
Yeah, in their working
outfit
outfits.
and in their gowns, and then the gowns in glitter, and then
yeah.
I also wonder if, like, even though Disney has like sold its brand to other companies, if they've done that to just compete with themselves. Because, like, you know how I say, like, oh, you can go to Walmart and get Mickey Mouse on pajamas. Disney has obviously sold a lot of their characters to Funko, but like, you won't see Funko Pop vinyls in the Disney store or even
No.
in Disney World.
No,
So
no,
it's
no.
like, yeah, sure, you can get sex slave Jasmine in a Funko, but that's what I call Jasmine,
The
by the
the
way.
red dress when
Yeah,
Jafar is
when
about to
when
win.
when Jafar like kidnaps her and like that outfit that they put her in, this like red outfit for no reason. I mean, why did we change her outfit?
Yeah.
Other than that she's now a sex slave.
Yeah,
She's gotta be.
yeah. Jafar, who's
That's
really
why
shown
she's
no
here.
interest in her other than marrying her for the throne, which he
For
doesn't
money.
need to do now because he's a powerful wizard.
I guess, yeah. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, you could get sex slave Jasmine as a Funko character at the FYE store.
But not the
But-
Disney store.
But like you can get something even more niche, even more specific and like understated at the, you know what I mean? I feel like they've sold their brand out to other companies just to compete with them.
It's interesting that you bring up the Funko Pops because I feel like the Funko Pops represent this kind of transition in
Yeah.
terms of merchandise and fandom on a bigger scale. The Funko Pop thing has exponentially like escalated where, you know, there's a lot of them to start, but now we have like multiples of Captain America.
Yeah.
We have specialty ones. We
Multiple
have
Black
collector
Panther.
Carmen Sandiegos
Yeah,
where she's
glitter.
glittery. I bought that recently. Like fandom as a whole has gotten so much bigger. Like the
Yeah.
concept of buying things of IP you like
Uh-huh.
has escalated so much. It only makes sense for companies to make more obscure or more omnipresent things.
Right.
Like now you're just not going to wear a t-shirt, you're going to have a mug and you're going to want your Christmas tree to be
Keychain
decorated.
and-
You're going
right.
to want your collector's pins that you can trade with people.
Right, yeah.
Like
You're gonna want beach towels.
I know it doesn't seem like the biggest thing in the world right now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's such a fascinating thing of
Yeah.
like global fandom in the internet age just
Right.
becoming this like all-consuming thing
Yeah.
where basically anything you see in your room can be given like fandom editions now.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about like who Disney thinks their audience is, because first of all, like Disney has no shame in their game in like selling to nostalgic millennials. Which is why I was so upset with Wreck-It Ralph too.
Yeah.
Because like that was such a slap in the face. Like I said, they're like, you all are sad and nostalgic and we're
Yeah.
gonna spend this whole movie making fun of you.
Yeah, the world is ending, but we're going to
It's
go out on
your
top
fault.
like Rat Kings.
Yeah, exactly. But like there are all of these like nostalgia products now. Like what did we see? We saw just like Goofy on a t-shirt and we were like, why does that look like it did in the 90s?
Yeah, that I mean, it's not just Goofy on a t-shirt. We specifically noted
It was
that
a Goofy print,
it's
so
his
it was
kind
like
of
his
like-
face. And
it's
it
the
was-
design he had in the 90s.
It was the design and the color, like the flat colors, the flat like blue and green. It was like the shirt had like blue and green stripes and it was just like Goofy's face.
Yeah.
But I was like, that looks exactly like things looked when we were
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they haven't redesigned that stuff to go with the more minimalist, cartoony style they have with the current Mickey Mouse cartoon.
Right.
Or even DuckTales for that matter.
Yeah, no, they're specifically wanting to get our attention. And even, like, Disney has this line of, like, purses that are shaped like VHS containers.
Copies
Yeah, that are
of
shaped
the
like
movies.
VHS. Yeah, like, you know, like, that, what is that even material? It was, like, this plastic foamy cases that
Yeah.
VHS used to come in, and they turn those into, like, pocketbooks, like, they're purses, and it's, like, Beauty and the Beast and all those movies that would have been on VHS, and they just put a chain on it, and, like, it's a little handbag now. And, forget about that, there is a line of Disney print merchandise that is essentially sold like it's Chippendales or something. Like, at Valentine's Day, they put out a Disney print calendar.
Which
Like
is
it's
bananas.
like it's Playboy or something. And like all of this merchandise, like mugs and everything, that just has these like chiseled looking Disney princes, or they put them all in one place, and I'm like, oh my god, like what is happening?
It, like, again, it is a kind of arrogance where it's
Yeah.
like, we know you'll buy this. Like, we know that our brand is, like, omnipresent. Like, if we got this stuff in the 90s, people would give us weird looks. Like, you just wouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
But now, we own your life.
Right.
Like, we own the conversation 24/7.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to want a calendar from us.
Right.
Of course you're going to want this. Of course you're going to want that. We're going to sell you variants of everything.
Exactly. Remember when we were there the other day when we saw like just this one section of like kente cloth stuff, and we were like, oh, is this for Black Panther? is it for possibly the new Lion King? But it just had no logos on it. It had no labels on it. Like there was no names on it. Do you want it to be Black Panther? Because it can be if that's what you want. Like it was just so confusing. But even like the way the Disney Store is set up has no organization anymore. Like it's supposed to just catch you off guard because
Which again, I think if we try to get a central theme from all this, it's the idea that Disney, like, one, fandom has evolved where everything is merchandisable, so
Mhm.
you just need more stuff.
Yeah.
And two, Disney has so thoroughly taken over the pop culture landscape, like, you can't even organize a store correctly because there's just so much stuff to sell.
Right, that's true. Yeah. Also,
And
I feel like they've put out so much merchandise, like so many variants of the same from the same movie or the same thing, that some of it is like incorrect. Like I saw a mug that had Tinkerbell on it, and then the back of it said Faith, Love, and Pixie Dust, and I was like, that's not the saying.
did you just make a new saying?
They just and I was like, how can you say half of the quote and like get one word wrong? I feel like you're not allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Like, so whose flub was this, or who decided that we can just change Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust to Faith, Love, and Pixie Dust? That doesn't make any sense. And anybody who is interested in Tinkerbell or has ever seen Peter Pan will know that. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's the kind of thing that bothers me a lot because I'm really neurotic about, like, things being correct.
Consistent, correct, yeah, accurate. And so I was like, they're not even paying attention anymore. They're just like, that'll do, send it out.
Basically, what the Disney desk, if we're getting you the hot scoop, it's that Disney World is everywhere now.
Yeah.
And everything is brand, everything is IP, everything is merchandisable. And if Andy Warhol were alive today, I think he would slowly go insane from it all.
He would.
But until that day when his corpse suddenly gets jolted back to life. Oh god, are we really ending on that?
Yep.
Yep. Until that day where Disney owns literally everything and Funko Pops have become sentient.
I can't believe Disney hasn't even bought Andy Warhol's name. I don't know, because
I'm just gonna take the wheel.
Okay. Because that's something they would do. There's no shame in their game.
I have no counter to that.
Well, there you go. That has to be on the table. Someone has thought of that. They're like, what if it's gonna be Van Gogh next?
That's their version of like the Bugs Bunny, like the Looney Tunes being gangster with their like their jackets and their gold chains.
Yes, exactly. All right.
So until Disney finds a counter to that, I'm Carter.
And I'm Sydney.
Have a magical day.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Disney Desk. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and thumbs up this video. For more content, be sure to check out our Tumblr and look for us on Facebook. Have a magical day.